I'm not planning to see Barbie. I'm not boycotting it, but I'm just not terribly interested. From what I've heard about it, just doesn't interest me that much. And I think even if it were a more benign movie, if it weren't ultra woke, feminist, smash the patriarchy, men are pigs, kind of. If there weren't that much, even if there wasn't that kind of messaging going on, and it was more just a happy-go-lucky sort of movie without trying to push any woke message, I still wouldn't really be interested, just because I don't know. It's Barbie. I don't have any connection to Barbie, to the brand Barbie. But I've been, tuning in because I'm a cinephile. I've been listening to what people are saying about this movie, including people who share my dissident perspective on things, who were curious enough or inclined for whatever reason to go and see the movie Barbie. And from what I'm hearing, there's this pattern that's quite interesting. It's not interesting enough to make me want to see the movie, especially not to pay to see the movie, but interesting just the same. And what seems to be emerging is that Ryan Gosling as Ken, absolutely steals the show. He's just magnetic. He's charismatic. He's funny. He's just got it going on in ways that no other character in the movie apparently does. And this is interesting because Ken is meant to be the villain. Ken is meant to be somebody that we're supposed to hate, or we're supposed to look down on, we're supposed to despise. But what militates against this is the fact that Gosling, again, apparently, because I haven't seen it, I can't testify to this myself, but apparently he has so much likability. He invests this character with so much likability that it ends up going against the movie, what the movie is supposed to be about, what the movie is supposed to be messaging to the public, the seeds it's supposed to be dropping into the minds of the viewer. That Ken's or Ryan Gosling's performance as Ken kind of is interfering with all of that, because again, he's a villain who's much more interesting and much more watchable and much more likable than anybody else. And what this reminds me of is the movie Inglourious Bastards, which was Tarantino's movie from 2009, which is a movie that I like. I know a lot of dissident right people, kind of immediately hated on this movie, but I thought it was. I liked it from the start. I thought it was well made. I thought it was kind of a return to form for Tarantino. After the last few movies he had made prior to that weren't all that great. And what all this talk about Ken's character in the Barbie movie reminds me of is Christopher Waltz's character as Hans Landa, the Jew hunter in Inglourious Bastards. I remember seeing Inglourious Bastards and just thinking, this guy's great. This character is so interesting and so cool. And it was a little confusing because I obviously the movie is promoting an anti-not just the standard sort of anti-Nazi kind of message, but yet the most enduringly interesting character, and not just interesting, but likable. He kind of seductive character. He's just he once you see him, he just takes control of the screen. He's just magnetic. And again, he outshines every other character in the movie. All of the good guys, none of them are as interesting or remotely as interesting as Hans Landa, played by Christopher Waltz. Now, I was sort of thinking, because I have maybe it's just because I'm sexist, and I have more respect for Quentin Tarantino than Greta Gerwig as a director. But I sort of thought Tarantino might be intentionally doing this, intentionally making things a little more complicated, making your loyalties a bit more confused, because you really want to see more of this character. The truth is, the more he's on the screen, the more interested you are in what's going on in the movie. Again, far more than anybody else, any other character in the movie. And so I'm noting this commonality. That's I think as far as I'll go with it. I don't think that Greta Gerwig is, I doubt that she's just trying to undermine her own feminist message. I think maybe what ended up happening was just that Gosling just took to this character in such a way, and became, and just became one with Ken, and in such a way that, and did it so ferociously and so compellingly that the director couldn't. Of course, when you've got an actor, putting forth a great performance, being charismatic, being funny, being whatever he is in this movie, you don't want to tell him to take it. You don't want to tell him to tone it down. You don't want to tell him stop being so likable, stop being so magnetic. Stop being such an interesting character. You don't want to do that, even if you know that it might get in the way of the message that you're trying to promote. Just because, I don't know, you want an actor. Your movie is better with an actor who puts forth a great performance than it is with one who, if you try to neuter his great performance to further your message. So I don't know. So that's what I suspect happened with Ken, with Ryan Gosling as Ken. But with Inglourious Bastards, I really strongly suspect that Tarantino likes to throw in a degree of moral ambiguity, and have his bad guys be, I think he relishes the idea of, it's because this term, this phrase has gotten, has been so abused, but subverting expectations. If we can take back that phrase from the people who have abused it, I think Tarantino enjoys doing that more, and it's more a part of who he is as a filmmaker, as an artist. Anyway, those are my thoughts. Anybody who has seen Barbie and who has seen Inglourious Bastards, who wants to offer any more insight, I welcome your comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon.